Hello friends, again welcome to our channel Defense Series. A very important news is coming from the Chinese side. Actually, China has hydropower plants for the lower reaches of Yarlung Tsangpo river, which flows from Tibet into northeast India. And New Delhi is very much concerned about that. New Delhi is concerned that Beijing could use dams and other water infrastructure as a strategic tool to expand its control over the region. So could China's new dam plans unleash more trouble with India? For much of this year, tension between China and India have centered on a disputed section of their Himalayan borders, known as Ladakh. In June, those tensions erupted into bloody conflict which left at least 20 Indian soldiers dead, with an undisclosed number of Chinese casualties. But another potential area of border conflict is brewing further east, where Tibet in China meets Arunachal Pradesh in India. Area is traversed by the 2,900 km long Yarlung Tsangpo river, known in India as the Brahmaputra, and since 2010, China has planned hydropower projects to harness energy in the middle reaches of the river. Now Beijing has signaled that it is shifting its attention to the lower reaches of the waterway, moving closer to India before it flows into Arunachal Pradesh and enters Bangladesh. The Yarlung runs for about 1625 km through southeast Tibet. Tibet is a key area for power generation in China, with its river estimated to have about a quarter of national total potential capacity according to the Chinese government estimates. Beijing's hydropower plans for the Yarlung go back to at least a decade. In the previous 2-5 years plan, China sets target for hydroelectric facilities at the Middle Basin. The Middle Basin is closer to the LAC, a 3,488 km unmarked de facto boundary between China and India that has seen decades of claims and counterclaims. At least 11 hydroelectric projects along the river has been operating or being planned by China over a past decade, the largest among the known to be in operation in Zhangmu, which started to fully operate since 2015. Hydropower stations in Bayu, Zixi, Langta, Dakpa, Nang, Damo, Namcha and Metrok towns in Tibet are either on the drawing board or under construction. The Chinese government has also planned a dam on the lower reaches that would be at least double the size of Three Gorges Dam. However, feasibility of the project is still being examined. Jagannath Panda, a research fellow at New Delhi's Manohar Parrikar Institute for Defence Studies and Analysis, said the prospects of more dam close to India raise concern in New Delhi. These dam projects have instigated worries in India, as Chinese construction of dams close to LAC mixed with the India-China boundary disputes assumes to be carrying strategic intents while creating a strategic divide between India and its Himalayan rivers. He also noted that Chinese Foreign Ministry's recent claims that Beijing has never recognized Arunachal Pradesh as an alarming sign that China might use the dams and other water infrastructure as a strategic tool to expand its control over the region. On top of the sensitive geographical location of the river, there are worries in India about the environmental impact of more dams and river diversions. As the upstream of the river is on China controlled territory, India and Bangladesh have seen worried that China's major interventions over the waterway will affect the ecosystem as well as the river flow downstreams. The only official cooperation between China and India over the river is a memorandum of understanding to share the hydrological data on the waterway during the monsoon season to prevent flooding in the lower basin. Gautam Bhamble, a former Indian ambassador to China, said the existing cooperation on the river data was not enough to calm India's nerves. There is no exchange of information on China's dam building activity in the middle reaches of the Yarlung. The government of India has on several occasions expressed its concern over such construction activity, particularly as China is constructing a series of cascading dams there. This subject is already a matter of concern for India, which has urged China to enhance cooperation as well as information sharing about the river. We would like greater transparency on this subject between the two countries. Data sharing between the China and India has occurred for over a decade, but in 2017, amidst a 17-day standoff in yet another border area known as Doklam, India accused China of having stopped sharing the data, citing that hydrological data gathering sites were washed away due to floods. Anamika Barua, a professor specializing in the environment and economics at the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, said she was worried that cooperation and communication about the river could become overly politicized. Although there are ups and downs, but in general, the sharing of data is happening and I do not really see that to be a big concern, but speculation, mistrust and poor communication is a bigger problem and can affect the diplomatic relationship between the two countries. The Indian government meanwhile has its own hydropower plants in the rivers for years, but has made little headway. Shrikant Kondapalli, professor of Chinese studies at JNU in New Delhi, said he expected India to struggle to develop its hydroelectric projects in the river. India cannot match China's massive infrastructure projects like hydroelectric dams in part because India is a democracy unlike China. Road building projects in India have at times led to protests by locals, which require government to negotiate with citizens and prevent them from building mega scale projects that can be damaging to the local environment. China does not have to worry about this sort of negotiation in the same way India does, which is the part of reason it is able to build these mega projects in the first place. That's all for today. If you have any questions, please do comment. Please like, subscribe and share. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.